Everyone feeling good? These days are been so gorgeous. So we'll just start here, head to tail on your roller. Articulate the spine back and feel that you're supported at both ends of your spine. Feet a little forward of your knees, the arms extend outward, back the hands to the floor, and just start shifting your weight side to side to let the back of your body curve around the roller. And you massage here across the back. Hey there. Noticing how the weight of your feet also moves here from one side to the other. And the further out you reach the arms away from your movement, and the more you get that stretch across the chest, across the top of the shoulder. One more breath here. And then we can come back to center to curve the arms up, big embrace, hug the air and reach towards your body. And then exhale the air out of your lungs into the space above you and let the arms descend. So the arms rise again in unison as parallel. And exhale, sink them down slowly, resist gravity on the way down, and then resist momentum on the lift. Feel like you're moving through water, push the water aside, go into the space you just displaced. And let's lift again. And exhale, breathe out completely, the navel sinking in towards your spine, towards the floor. We'll lift the arms and point the fingers to the ceiling, and just exhale and widen the collarbones so the blades drip down. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up as you lift your fingers to the sky, and exhale, chest broadens, blades sink down slowly, hug the roller underneath you, and then let the arms rise again. Measure your feet, growing roots into the ground and spreading out all across canvas. Your legs are really steady here. You could also picture a wall between your legs and hug it here with the inner thighs, with the inner edges of your calves, with the inner edges of your feet. One more. The shoulders rise up so the back of the neck gets a stretch. And then as the blades sink down, think of your throat, the front of your neck stretching too. We'll turn the palms forward, inhale, and then exhale, glide the arms down your side. Tap the floor simultaneously with the right and left hand. Stretch the arms a little bit further, moving the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, the arms glide up, and then exhale back by your ears. If your chest is tight, the arms can go a little wider. And then we're reversing the direction, lifting the hands high, and then sinking the blades down. We go again. If you're yawning, the body open to the ceiling, to the sky above. Stretch, and then reverse the direction of the arms. They come up the rainbows and down to the other side. A couple more here. Bringing the arms up helps you really open the ribs, breathe deeply into your lungs, and then exhale, pull the air out, and the belly deepens, knitting the abdominal wall around that lower part of your hips and low back. One more. Enjoy that stretch. Front, back, and side. And then exhale for the weight of your arms as you pull them up, and the weight of the arms as you resist them falling. Now bring your hands to your shoulders and pull the elbows close into your waist and down towards your hips. Circle the elbows in and up, and then really mobilize your shoulder blades here on top of the roller. We're going to shrug the shoulders and release them down as we draw these circles at your side with the elbow points. Working to keep the arms in unison, in mirror images of each other. Feel that stretch into the armpit, into the armpit, like in the front at your pec, in the back at your lap. One more in this direction. And we'll reverse. The breath is a short inhale to start the circle and a long exhale to complete it. We do that so that we feel the transverse abdominis tighten up as the navel pulls deep and down towards your spine. The arms here are also rotating on the socket So the arms don't stay in the same plane as you circle them around. Their orientation changes as they circle. A little internal and a little external rotation for every circle. One more here. Complete the circle and then lengthen the arms down, reach your fingers to the end of your mat, and full arm circles up and then back. Hold the abdominal wall sort of contained so there's no additional arch in the spine, and then shoot the arms out to the side. Snow angels here, bring the arms forward and rotate palms down. We lift again. Reach behind you, and then exhale, see if you can go a little further out into space with every repetition. Rotate palms down again, and the arms rise and then fall. And then reach out long, spread the palms open, really reach to every single fingertip. We'll do one more in this direction. The blades get heavy when the arms go to 90 degrees and the blades slide towards your waist as the arms go back by your ears. You'll feel the blades narrow into the roller as the arms sweep forward and around. Now palms up to circle out, reverse the direction. So you do the big sweeps first, and then exhale, lift the fingers to the sky, and then exhale, push the air down into the ground. Palms up to reach long. Take up the whole space around you in the room, and then quiet yourself down, quiet the room down as the arms press forward and low. The big movement of the arms up and back is one of those hallelujah moments to see if you could feel that your body becomes more joyful, more happy here. It's not just the beautiful day, it's also the movement through it. One more to circle around, reach back, exhale, and back forward and down. All right, diamond arms, elbows wide, leg press, thumb to thumb, index finger to index finger, and then sweep the shape back over your face, frame it here. And then exhale, the collarbones rotate around their axis to bring the arms forward and flip them right over the pelvis, the low belly. And we reach back again. You're going to maintain that same arch in your low back and back. You're really trying not to change the shape of the spine with the movement of the arms. That way you'll feel a little bit more control over the abdominal wall instead of taking the arms back and arching the spine. Go back again. Exhale, breathe out. The whole body knits together towards your central axis. And one last one. Feel the body expand, almost go beyond your boundaries into the space around you, and then exhale, knit everything together, come back into your core. And then we'll slide off the roller. And take the roller across the mat under your leg. Pull it down. And then lift the hips or knees toes down. You want the roller across the sacrum, pull the knees in. And then tip the knees to your right, look left. And with the left shoulder blade, keep it grounded. And maybe feel a nice stretch across your hip. Reach out through the left sit bone. Increase that stretch. Press to the arms as you exhale and pull the knees up to the ceiling. Look up at the sky. And then your head turns away from your knees on the inhale as the knees fall to your left. Look right. And again, reach to your sit bones. Try to get a little more length through your waist. Across the hip, exhale. You're going to feel how heavy the glutes are. The weight of the legs add to that weight. So as you go from side to side, you really get a deep tissue massage into the glute, into the edges of the sacral joints, the SI joints. And push down in with your arms into the rollers. You're also engaging the upper body. The knees will float over and down. You turn your head to look away. And you can feel the waist twisting. Maybe work into that by considering lifting the hip bones up and across the body to fall the knees to the other side. And then one more time, using your obliques to rotate the pelvic halves. Drawing a semicircle here in the air with your hips and with your legs. We'll come back to center. And then we lift the legs up to the ceiling, soft plank. Vertical legs into scissors, one leg back, one leg forward. Feel the stretch in the leg going back into the hamstring, the stretch the leg going forward into the quad and the psoas, and then switch. Softly point the toes, no gripping, so we don't cramp. And then we swing the legs past each other and into the split. Breathe here, inhale for one movement and exhale for the next. And then finish this off, even it off. And bring both legs up to the ceiling. Exhale, rotate and leave the left leg vertical. The right leg goes out to the side and down. Exhale, pull it all the way up. Take your time for the work in the opposite oblique. And then the right leg is stable, left leg goes sideways and down the hill. Reach out to the center of both feet. Exhale, push down with your arms. Bring that leg up as slowly as you can to the other side. Exhale before you lift it and keep the exhale going to the top. Once more. Out to the side. Exhale, pull it on up. Soft toes to the ceiling. And here, scissor switch. And we're going to circle the legs. So each leg draws a semicircle on the ceiling. You get around a semicircle to the path of each foot. Drawing a complete circle above you on the ceiling. And we switch again. Feel how that stretch changes all around the leg, 360 degrees. You're stretching a lot of different muscle fibers here. And one more. The breath stays constant, slow, and deep. We're going to bring both legs up to the ceiling. Now, bend your left knee, lower the foot down. Maybe lift the hip up and rotate the roller underneath you. Pull it a little closer if it's slipped forwards. And now single leg lower lift. You pull the leg back, the right leg back, and then slide the foot forward through the air and then tap the heel down to the ground. Bend your knee if necessary. Feel that stretch across the hip and lengthen out through the center of the foot. Exhale before you lift the leg up and back towards your shoulder, towards your chest. And again, reaching forward. Focusing on that movement and its path through the air. And we'll do this one more time. Feel how the stretch changes across the front of your hip into the abdominal wall. Lengthen the leg, exhale, and bring that leg up. Then bend your right knee, lower the foot down. Roll down, toe ball heel, and then pull the left leg in. Extend that leg, stretch to the sky, and then reach forward and down. The legs stay in their own path. Stretch one forward, tap the heel. The other one's still aware of being engaged on the inside of the foot, the inside of the thigh. With any luck, you'll get a stretch in both directions. Reach out to the center of the foot once it's lifted, and you can still reach out through the center of the foot as you're moving the leg up and down. One more time, inhale all the way down. Lengthen, stretch, exhale, and lift. Bring it up to the ceiling. And then bend the knee in, lower the foot. We'll bring the feet in a little closer, lift your hips, and slide the roll out. All right. Stretch the legs forward. We'll move into our mat series with roll up. So bring the arms up to the ceiling. The arms go back towards your ears. You stretch out through the center of each foot, soft toes. Lift the arms, weight in the shoulder blades. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Big exhale. Pull the weight back as you come up and forward with the head. Curve your body through the air, diving forward towards your toes with your fingertips and your halo. And then let's stay low today as we rock back. So you focus on the pelvic girdle moving here, sliding underneath the femurs, around the hip, and then all the way back. and drawing your body open to the sky. And we lift again, start with that. Inhale, lift the arms, head, neck, shoulders, you pull forward the collarbones, you pull the shoulders slightly forward so your back rounds more. Suck the waist back as if you're coming around a ball. And then picture that ball rolling you back down into the ground. So it massages you into the floor. You feel the spine go inch by inch, vertebra by vertebra into the ground. Equal work right and left side. So you land evenly on your back, centering on the spine. And let's lift again. Up, and then pull your belly back. Seek your spine like a horseshoe on the side here. So you really feel that stretch in your low back as well as the back of your legs, and even out through your fingertips. The arms can lift a little higher if you're ready for a little bit more challenge. And then see, even with the arms higher, can you delay the descent? Yes, so good. Keep it going. You want the exhale right before you really need it the most. We'll lift one more time. And again, you can experiment. How high do the arms need to be to challenge you, and how low do they need to be to get you up, right? And then we dive over, stretch. And then we'll stack the spine coming up, and beautiful. Let's move into our hundreds next. So maybe start with bent knees, arms forward, squeeze the legs together, curl the tail up, look down. We're rolling back into your upper arm curl. So go to the tip of the blades, stay there. The arms lower, parallel to the ground, the legs pull in and up and even away. Find your working level where you feel it in your low abs, and we start to pump the arms, inhaling and exhaling. Let a deep breath in to expand the ribcage sideways as well as lift it. And exhale, pull it all together as the air leaves your lungs. Same thing with the abs. When you inhale, the abdominal wall expands and contracts on the exhalation. You can watch your navel lifting and lowering with the breath. Keep reaching forward with the arms. Maybe roll the arms slightly internally, thumb slightly down to get a little bit more rounding through the upper back. And you pull the head up, but also look down your nose into the abdominal wall to watch what's happening there and feel what's happening there. As you warm up, you might take the legs a little lower, just watching your back doesn't arch. So pull the waistline into the ground. Do a couple more breaths. Exhale fully. Squeeze the legs together, stretch them a little further out away from you. And then exhale. We'll bring everything in to rest down. Turn your head slowly from one side to the other. Stretching the neck, giving it a little deep tissue massage here with that movement. And then we'll reach for the fair band to place it on our right foot. Big leg circles. And extend the left leg forward. So you stretch the heel up to the ceiling, you pull the band, pulling the elbows down by your waist and closer to your hips. Just do a point flex of the foot here, soft point, and flex, reaching up through the ball of the foot, less through the toes. They come a little bit forward, but you don't lose the band. Inhale a point. As you lift the heel and flex, it's sinking all the way down into your sits bone. We'll go to a soft point and circle the leg across the body, keeping the right hip rounded, and then go low. Exhale all the way around and up to the top. Again, lengthening the exhalation to get more transverse abdominal contraction. Reach. Push out long, you're steady through your body. You push down everything into the ground except for the circling leg and the forearms, which are paralleling the movement of your leg, the movement of the straps. The shorter the inhale, the longer the exhale, the more you'll feel that abdominal wall knit together, strengthening your deep core. And then one more time. Reach out to the foot. See if you can feel a little more space, openness in your hip joint. And let's reverse. The left side is heavy. It sinks into the ground as the leg moves right. Then the right side drops into the floor with it sinking as you bring the leg out to the left and up to the top. So there's a transfer of weight in your body to help you keep the hip and the torso steady and stable against this movement, against the weight and any tightness you have in the legs. Couple more. Try to shoot the leg further and further out into the strap. Really test the support here and the buoyancy of the strap to give you some buoyancy in the leg movement. We'll come around all the way to the ceiling and then take both ends of the band in your right hand. Elbow grounded, maybe left hand on the right hip bone. Pull the right leg out to the side and rock it gently here towards your shoulder and away. It's a very small bounce. And then we'll press down into the left hip. Pull that right leg up, switch hands at the top. Extend your right arm out, perpendicular to your body, back of the hand to the floor. Cross the right leg over the left. First, keeping the hip down and then gradually peeling off the ground, all the way up on a diagonal with your body. The shoulder blade stays heavy into the floor. You pull that right foot towards the left shoulder and rotate the right leg internally. The feet returns to lower the knee, to lower the toes. And then we unwind from the left shoulder to the waist, to the right glute to bring that leg up to the ceiling. We'll reach up high and add a little upper arm curl here. So come up as high as you can with your hands. Pull the elbows towards the ground, maybe a little wide as you come to your upper arm curl and really try to pull your head high as you look to the inside of that right leg. Gaze is still down to bring the head and chest higher up. See if you can now pull that leg a little closer to your chest. Bend the knee if it's too much behind the knee. And then we'll release the torso down, the head down softly, pull the knee into your body, and the band comes off. Just hug the knee into the right chest wall here, and then take it slightly to the outside of the ribs, pull it up and in towards the right armpit. Left hip still grounded. And then bring it back to the chest. One more embrace and slide that leg forward and down. Shake out your legs. We know the routine. This leg is going to feel longer, a little different in weight from the other side, definitely closer to the ground, and a little bit more externally rotated. The feeling of energy in the two legs should be different as well. Maybe the left one feels inert and the right one is buzzing like a beehive's inside of it. We'll pull the left knee in, lift your upper arm curl to get the bend onto the foot, unless you're really good at lassoing. And then we'll lift the leg up to the ceiling. And here, lift up to the heel, reach down to the sits bone, and then do a few point and flexes with the foot, toe ball heel, and heel ball toe. Shoulders move away from your neck by pulling the elbows towards your hips. After this, you might be able to pull the leg back a little bit, increase the stretch in the back of your thigh, and then reach forward slightly to start your circle. Inhale, the leg crosses to the right. Stretch the lateral hip here, hold it heavy, and then go low. Rotate externally out to the side, and then all the way around and up to the ceiling. And reach again. The inhale starts at the top, maybe about a quarter to a third of the way around the circle. You start your exhale and try to keep that going to the very top of the movement again. You could always adjust the place where you start the inhale and exhale, but we're generally trying to get a longer exhale to relax the body, calm down the nervous system, and also work to really fill the lungs to capacity by emptying them completely at the end of each breath. Come around here to the top, we pause to reverse, and then inhale, the left leg moves left, the right side is grounded, it's heavy, it's vaulted to the floor. Pull that left leg across the body, lift it up and reach again. Notice where you're feeling the muscles stretch and lengthen and where you feel them contract. Muscles need both for strengthening, not just for flexibility. And we'll do that again. Push forward into the band, just try to stretch past the end of the band out into space. And here we'll take both ends of the band in your left hand. Open the leg to the left, pressing the right hip bone down, maybe the hand on the hip bone press. And sort of drag that right side of the body away from the left side as you press it into the floor. Rock the leg here a little bit very gently towards your shoulder and away. You can always bend the knee if that feels a little better for your leg. We'll exhale and hold the leg up to the ceiling. Switch hands, and now we bring the leg across the body. Reach out long through that left sits bone. Even before you take the leg across, feel a little bit more length in your waist. Pull the leg back, the foot back towards your right shoulder, and rotate the leg internally. The hip will be off a bit here on your left side. You can take it higher up if you can keep the shoulder blade down. You can extend your arm out and look over the fingertips. Try to stretch your hands, your fingers to the wall. Now here, unwind it, right shoulder, diagonally across the ribs to the waist, and across the glutes to the sits bone. And then pull the leg up and in. Reach your hands high on the band. Lift your head, neck, shoulders. Pull the elbows either down or a little bit wide, whatever works better for you. Try to lift up and forward. You look down your nose, tipping the chin in towards the base of your throat, and floating the back of the head up and forward. Each leg aligned with the hip socket on its side. Good, maybe pull the leg a little closer in now that it's had a moment to stretch. Very nice. And then the leg can go forward a bit. You lay down and pull the knee in to take the band off to the side. That left knee comes into your left chest. Stretch the right leg a little forward. So reach out to the left sits bone and then pull the left knee towards the left armpit. Right side gets heavier to increase the stretch. You feel diagonally up into the inner thigh. And then we'll pull the knee back into the chest, embrace it in. As long as your knee feels fine, you can pull it really tight, trying to get the heel towards your thigh, towards your glute, and the knee in towards your chest. And then release that leg forward, slide it out, stretch it out, shake it out. And just see how that feels as you are here, legs both slightly externally rotated. Little gathering in across the low back that knits together as the front expands across and between the hip bone press. And then let's pull your right knee in, lift your left leg up to the ceiling, elbows wide to roll up before rolling like a ball. Come up and sit near the front part of your mat. Edges of the feet together, hands to your shins. Easier with the hands to the back of your thighs. We'll curl the tail up and sink the waist back into the spinal curve, and then lift the feet. Push up with your shins, push down with your hands, elbows wide and forward, rounding your back. Lift the tail to roll to your blades, inhale. Bounce on the shoulder blades briefly, exhale, come back up, right where you started. And again, so you want your spine to curve like a ball, the out of the ball, or you're inside a bubble, and you don't want to burst it, so you keep that shape, it's must stay down. We're trying to work equally through the right and left side, so you're down the midline of your mat. And you can right back up the midline of your mat without veering off to either side. That would be an imbalance in your steering mechanism, right? So we go back and forth here. Really inflate the body, inflate the back of your body before you roll to give it a little more cushioning. And of course, we need a lot of padding underneath us to be sure our spines are comfortable when we roll. One more, all the way up, and then moving into the ab series. So we'll pull the right leg in, right hand to the ankle, left hand under the knee on the right leg, pick up that leg, curl the tail up, push the shin up into your hands and hands down to the leg. You float the left leg off the ground as you pull that right knee in deep. And inhale, switch. Look right down your midline here. And as you pull the leg in, push up with the shin, pull wide and forward with the elbows. You're going to feel that connection from your hand into the upper abs, from your legs into the lower abs. Like smoothly glide through the air. You push one forward as the other one pulls in tight. Again, depending on your knee. If knees are an issue, you would hold underneath the back of the thigh, underneath the knee, so that you wouldn't close the knee too tight. We're going to end here with the left leg in, pull both knees in, And pull the legs together like one. Stretch the arms and legs up to the ceiling. You go a little wide away from center if you keep your waist down, and then exhale and keep your upper arm curled. So you stretch the body open like a hammock, you pull it in like a ball. Keep looking down your nose at your abdominal wall. So tempting to look at the toes, try not to look up at all. Keep looking down to maintain that upper back curve. Two more like this. Reach and stretch. Fingers and toes soft but long. Pull it in nice and tight and reach once more and pull it on in. Let's lay your head down. Turn your head slowly side to side. And then extend your right leg up, left leg forward. Use your arms to pull up a little bit into your scissors, and we'll switch. One leg pulls in long and high, the other leg reaches long and low. Join these two parallel arcs in the air. They never intersect. You sweep them through the air, soft toes. Use the connection of your hands to your leg to get more lift and more work in your abs, and then try to maintain it when you release the leg. You're gonna end up with the left leg up, and then bring the right leg to meet it. Support your head with your hands and pull the head up and pull the elbows down into the navel. Now press the legs together and we do a double leg lower lift. So you reach slowly, carefully away from the ceiling. Feel the increased load in the abs and then exhale to pull it back up. Try to pull up with the heel of your head into the occipital ridge. Get a little stretch in the back of your neck and in the tissue in your skull even. Push this away, lengthen, exhale, then lift. Be careful that you don't go too low. Just see what your body will tolerate today, what it will enjoy today, and not suffer later. Press it away. Feel the strength in the abdominal wall, supporting the pelvis in its level position against the movement and weight of your legs. That includes like hamstring tightness, would rock the pelvis into a tuck. So bend your knees as you lift the legs if you need to at the top of the movement. And then we'll twist to the right. And then to the left. Up and forward. It's a combination of flexion of the spine plus rotation. Be sure it's not a side bend. So you lift up towards the tip of the shoulder blade on the side you're looking towards. And shoot the opposite leg out as far as you can without over cramping the toes. So reach to the center of the foot and not through the toes. But like extend that line, feel that stretch. We're going to end twisting to the left, come back to center, and lay it down. Great job. So we'll slide the legs forward, stretch the arms overhead. Just take a big stretch here in the front line because you just worked that really hard, really deeply. That looks strong. Good job. So here, legs together, we're lifting the arms up. Roll up now. And as you come up, open the legs for spine stretch. Maybe lift up and swing your tail and sits bones behind you. Come up and sit perched right on it. Option to sit elevated on a book, a yoga block here, even a roller. So the arms extend forward. And let's go ahead and do the more advanced version. Lifting the arms up and turning the palms back. Now we're going to keep the lower part of the torso vertical, so no leaning back or forward. Lift the gaze, lift the chest, and then waterfall backwards over a line at the base of the glutes. And then we're going to ease out of it. The belly pulls you up and zips you up, pubic bone to heart to jaw. And then look down and pounce over the space in front of you. Suck the belly back. Dive here, getting a stretch into the lower back. And also into the neck as the head falls forward and down, getting pulled by gravity towards the earth. Push down through your heels and your sits bones and zip your back up the imaginary wall. Then imagine the wall going here to the base of your blades. Waterfall backwards over it. Holding another large imaginary ball here in your arms. You're going to slide that ball across the ceiling and down the wall in front of you. Let your gaze follow the ball towards the ground. And suction your belly back around an additional ball that you're rounding over, that you're stretching, that's supporting the curve of your spine here. Push down to lift to come up. You always bend your knees if it feels like it's a lot of tension in the hip flexors. until you really get into your deep psoas muscle, which helps support you in deep hip flexion, which is sitting with legs extended in front of you. Your quads will try to take over in the grip. So bending the knees would help soften that and take you out of that feeling. One more upper back extension. Come to neutral spine and lower the arms down. Okay, so here, open leg balance and rocker, move forward towards the front of your mat. And you can hold on to the top of your ankle, easier hands behind your thighs. So in either case, you pull the waist back in the pelvic tuck and you're putting your weight near the base of your sacrum, so you're off your sit bones onto the sole. So we'll extend the right leg up. And exhale, pull it back down, edges of the feet together, edges of the heels connect, and then the left. Your hand might rotate around to the outside of the calf here, and then rotate back in so it's on top of the shin. Again, lifting the right, soft point, and coming back. Try to hold the body stable, the shoulders melting down your back as the leg and the arm lift up towards the ceiling. Back to center, now both legs here. They both go up, more load. If you can really stretch that back line and then come down. So it can be hard if your hamstrings are tight because once the heels go up, the sits bones pull up towards the heels and that tends to rock us back in space. So it might not be the case where you straighten the legs all the way initially, but over time it'll happen. So let's lift coming up. Now look into your belly, legs a little narrow, just the width of your shoulders, and we roll. Lift the tail, roll to your blades. Tail in the air, head off the mat, exhale forward to balance. And we do it again. Rolling here, big exhale, pull the belly back to pull you back from dropping your feet to the ground. Last one, roll it up, and then bend your knees, feet rounded, and grab the band or corkscrew. So we'll take that around the side of the feet, both of the feet and front of the arch. And we can curl back down into the ground here, push out with your heels, a little extra support, and then pull the knees into your chest. Elbows are grounded, stretch the legs up towards the ceiling, and now with a soft point with the balls of the feet. So we circle the legs over to the right, small circles the size of a basketball, coming around to the left, and then back up to the ceiling, balancing here across the glutes, and then go to the left, reversing direction each time. Give yourself that little massage here around the SI joints and the feeling of stretch and work into your legs. We'll go from left to right and then reverse it. And here, hold the legs up at the top. And let's take both legs way over to the right. Press into your arms, lift your left hip. Tick-tock or windshield wiper, see how far you can go without losing control. And then exhale, pull the left hip down to bring the legs back up to the ceiling. You also turn your head away from your legs, tip your legs over to the left, pick up your right hip, push down into both arms. Exhale, and then pull your right hip down. So you're rotating the pelvis to lift the legs back up to the ceiling. And one more set, the legs drift over to the right. Your left hip comes up, it draws an arc through the air as you tip the legs forward and down the curve. And then exhale, press through the arms, pull from the left hip bone, work into that core as you bring the legs up. And then inhale, let's take both legs into the left again. The right hip bone moves up and across the waistline, across your central axis. And push down into your arms, pull the right hip down to lift the leg up to the ceiling. And then we'll fold the knees in and take the band off to the side. Because eventually that exercise transitions into much bigger circles. You're propped up on your elbows or on your hands into the advanced corkscrew. So that's just a taste of that now. So let's roll up and come up to sitting for saw. And again, elevating your hips or bending the knees or combination of both will give you more mobility here in your spine and more work into your center. So the arms reach long, reach out for your fingertips. We'll rotate to the right and diagonally move down. The left hand slides across to the outside of the right leg, and the right hand lifts up and behind you. Duck your head and try to look back and around the shoulder. Imagine you can see your fingertips. And then press your systems come upright, unwind, and then spin to your left. Back of the right hand to the outside of the leg, really push into it, maybe your foot, your ankle, your calf, whatever. And then let's pull that left shoulder blade back and behind you so that you get a little bit more rotation. And lift to come upright, center here, and twist and dive again. The hip leads the way, it's like your left ear looks, so listen to your right knee. Roll that right shoulder back so you can get a little bit more rotation here, collarbones, aiming to go more parallel to the wall you're facing. And come upright, spiral, and dive and reach again. Shoot the arms away from each other. Reach out through your fingertips in opposite directions. See how that pulls the shoulder away from your head. We'll come upright, center, and then lower the arms down. Okay, here, onto our stomachs now. Use the roller for swan. With this one, roller is perpendicular to you and your mat. And you take the roller halfway down your forearm, so between your elbow and your wrist, fingers reach long. Start with your ears between your arms. The legs reach out behind you, but maybe legs apart. It's a little easier on your back. And then pull with your lats to pull your shoulder blades down your back. The halo and the heart start to move forward and up. Your gaze moves across the floor and up the wall. The roller helps you feel that you can roll your spine up and backwards. And then you're going to zip your belly in, pubic bone to navel, to waist, to ribs, to chest, towards the collarbone, and then the head floats off the ground, ears between arms. And then let's do that again. So widen the chest forward, bring your gaze forward and lift it. At the end, you can lift your eyes up into your hairline, give you a little bit more work up as you push down through the arm into the roll. And then release it back slowly. All the way down here. And one more time. Feel that pull into your lats. As you pull the collarbones wide, the shoulder blades pull down your back and sort of dive in and down towards your tail. So you come up a little higher with a little higher gaze. Feel the stretch in the abs, in the muscle, as well as the skin, all the tissue stretches. And we'll bring it back down. Put the roller aside. And we're coming up on our forearms for single leg kick. So pubic bone is your anchor, pull away from it, forward and up with the chest, look up, and kick the right heel into your hips twice. 1, 2, and down in the left. Pulse once, pulse twice, and push it down. Keep the press of the arms. Don't sag your body into the floor. Don't collapse. You want to feel some work of lifting your chest, lifting your eyes, and stabilizing here with your shoulder blades holding the rib cage, supported in a beautiful arm. No dropping the belly, no dropping the chest. The arms are active. This will give you a nice stretch across your quads and hopefully also maybe into your hip flexors. Nice and steady with the torso. Don't look down, look up, unless it's a problem for your neck. We end with the left, and then go ahead and lay down, turn your hips to the right. And we'll overlap the hands at the waist or above toward the lower rib cage. Elbows drop down. Go to right again. We're going to take both legs in 3 times. So pulsing 1, 2, 3. The shins go down. You take your arms back and lift your chest, lift your eyes. You're up into sort of that cobra swan position and down, looking to your left. Elbows drop. Pulse again. 1, 2, 3. The feet press into the floor. We keep them there. You go back with the shoulder blades, go forward, up with the chest. The arms reach long, and then take it back, looking to your right. Now, if you are pretty wide across the front of your chest, you might be able to hook your thumbs together, keep the wrists straight, and pull the thumbs towards each other, and then they hook, and then they pull away and long. And that'll roll your shoulders back, when you're up, take it down, and pulse again. All arm positions are valuable here. Just do what you can to reach that long and try to lift the chest off the ground. And we're down to push back into a child's pose. Round your back, curve it. Here, I want to do a floating cat-cow. This comes from gyrokinesis. So let's stand in quadruped position on your hands and knees. And then first push the floor down and lift your waist up. It drops and you look towards your tail. The tail looks towards your nose and eyes. And then we keep that rounded C-curve spine as you go back. Just only go as far as your knees will allow you to sink. And then we're going to keep that C-curve spine, that cat position, flexion of the spine. As you come forward, bring your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Now we arch into cow, extension of the spine. So pull back with the heel of the hands, the chest goes up, the eyes go up, the tail goes up. Keep this arch back and then going back. Your pelvic floor will open more as you sit back here. Tail stays lifted to the ceiling. Pull the mat towards you with the heel of your hands. And then we rock forward, holding that arch back position. And then push the floor down to go into Halloween cat back, right? So big rounded spine here. Go back in that flexion. Feel how the stretch travels up and down your back as you move. And then come forward into your arch back. Heart up, tail up, happy dog, right? Up at your own, your tail is lifted. You're so glad to see them home. And now you go back, still in that happy dog feeling. And then you can come forward. Sad dog, bad dog. So drop your head, curl your tail between your legs, and then sink away. Stretching here into your lats, into the low back. Keep that sad dog position as you come forward. And we'll do one more happy dog. Look up, tail high, and back we go. And forward like so. Nice, right? It's like the cat-cow in the traveling position. Feels so good. All right, so let's go on our sides and just do a little bit of side kicks. So we'll lay on down and prop your head up if that works for your neck. Otherwise, arm is down, head on your arm. You could even like roll a towel or something between your head and your arm if you needed that. And here we'll take the legs forward about 15 degrees, 20 degrees or so. And lift your tail out behind you so you have a nice flexion at the hip socket right here. Press your top hand into the mat so you really are engaging your rib cage muscles here. And then pull your bottom elbow slightly towards your waistline so you get a little lift of the armpit off the mat and you're really engaging the muscles right there. Now pick up your top leg, flexing that foot. We swing it forward, but lift out and behind with the sits bone and tail and pulse 1, 2, 3. Point the foot, reach the leg behind you, try to stay balanced on your side seam. Use your glute to take the leg back and the bottom leg pushes into the ground. Pulse 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Flex the foot before you bring it forward. Pulse, 2, 3. Point the foot. Press into the arm. Hold the body stable. Look straight ahead. And reach back 1, 2, 3 times. One more. More advanced version would be to hold both hands behind your skull and not move your spine as you go forward. Good. And then point the foot, take it back and try to lengthen the neck. Reach out through your tail and reach, hold whatever is connected to the mat into the floor. Come back to center and lower the leg down. So more advanced position here, more supported position here. We're going to rotate the leg externally, point the foot to lift it up, and flex the foot to bring it down, heel connects to heel. So drag the space between the legs up, and then squeeze, resisting the temptation to slide the leg down and snap it down. So we lift with control, and we resist the downward movement with control. Now flex the foot to rise, and point the foot to lower. So we reverse the foot, flex to go up, point to lengthen out and down. One more, flex here, and point all the way down. Here, we're just going to lift the leg hip height and do rond de jambe. So we're skipping some things, bring the leg forward, rotate up, back, around, and down. Now with this one, it's a lot easier to have the hand here in front of you to really hold that connection into your ribcage muscles and your waist. And again, all the way back and down here. And then let's reverse, take it back, circle, up, around, forward and down, and then reach back, circle, and one more time. Okay, and many thanks to the dance department for that fantastic program this weekend. Yeah, you guys are great. All right, so here we go for the other side. So see if I can remember which ones we did. You can help me.
Yeah, trust and mirror, right?
Okay, so we reach long, try to stretch the top leg as long as the bottom one. Maybe pull that bottom elbow in towards the armpit, get a little engagement here into the arm, into the lat, and you can press the upper arm into the floor. Pick up your top leg, flexing the foot to sweep it forward and reach back to the sits bone. Pulse 1, 2, 3. How's that hamstring stretch and calf stretch, right? Point the foot and push it behind you. Lengthen and stretch. Pulse it. 2, 3. And again, flex to go forward. Point to go back. It's really hard not to lean forward when the leg goes back and not to lean back when the leg goes forward, right? But we want to do that in order to get the opening here at the hip, whether the leg's going forward or back, right? So because if you lean back, if I bring the leg forward and lean back, I'm not really getting the hip flexion I'm looking for. I'm not really getting the stretch in the back of the leg and not really getting the work of stabilizing my body on the sideline. So try to prevent yourself from moving your torso. It's going to take all the muscles in your center. Come back to center and lower the leg. And we're rotating externally, right point to lift up. Yes, and flex to go down. Thank you for the reassurance. Point to lift and flex to close. You can always change your hand position if you're able to stabilize your torso. So one more, point lift, flex close. Now reverse the foot. So flex to bring it high, point to reach it out and down. Flex and lift, point and stretch it away. Flex to bring it up, point all the way down. And then we went right into the big circles rond de jambe. So pull the head away from the tail and vice versa. Bring the leg forward, up, around, back, and through center. And again, move slowly. You're going to press that bottom leg into the ground. Like pull the exhale right before the leg is behind you where you need the most stabilization. Use your breath to help you stabilize. You push your head back into your hands too for a little more support. We're going to do one more circle in this direction, then reverse. Good job, everyone. And then take it back. These are so hard to balance like on this. It's like balancing on a balance beam, right? Like 20 feet up in the air. See if you can keep your body that still as you circle your legs. One more. Reach, soft point, all the way around and down. And then let's lay onto your back. Pull the knees into your chest, plug them in. And just with one hand to each knee, draw some little circles here, stir the knees in one direction. Let the back relax a little bit, and then reverse, circle the knees in the other direction. We'll come up next, roll up to sitting, and grab your fair bag with some teeth on the front. Okay, so we'll take the band. These are pretty long, and if you have one of the lighter ones, you may want to fold it in half, like that way, so it's half as long. Or not, but we're taking the balls of the feet around, we're taking the band around the balls of the feet and then tighten up on the band pretty much. So we'll look down and pull the tail towards your gaze, rock behind your sits bones onto the glutes, and then pick up your knees to lift your feet. Elbows wide and forward. So for women, typically for teaser, the toes would be eye level. For guys, usually a bit lower. And then we're just going to start rolling the tail up and starting to roll the sacrum back. Get at least the base of the sacrum to the floor and then push the legs out as you roll your spine down. So you have to get your spine down first and then push the legs away. We're going to try to get the heels down and the tip of your blades touch the floor. You're in an upright curl, and then lay the shoulders, neck, and head back. That's to protect your spine. If the head goes down first and legs are in the air, you're going to arch the back, and there's too much load in it for that to be comfortable or really healthy for your spine. So now lift your head, neck, and shoulders, roll the shoulders slightly in. Pull the elbows wide, and you're going to scoop the legs up and maybe bend the knees or keep them straight, either way. But you want to balance here on your sacrum. Yep. Drop your shoulders, elbows can lift and go high. And then we're going to roll it down. So you curve the tail up. And then push out into your feet. You have to not arch the back, round it, but you do that low back. You gotta work down across the sacrum into the low back. And then the feet touch when the blades are down, you're in your upper curl. Lay your shoulders back. I can't emphasize that enough. It's really important for your low back because the psoas muscles that support the weight of your legs attach to every vertebra and every intervertebral disc in your lumbar spine. So you want to keep that healthy, you want to keep it strong, so this strengthens it, but you can do a lot of damage if you don't pay attention. So we're going to come on up. This is one of the reasons we're using the band to give us some support. You bend the knees as you come in, so it's less load into the body. And then let's do that again. So look down, the tail curves up towards your gaze. You start to rock back and you push out with your feet as a counterbalance, but don't let the feet be the leader. It's the spine that leads you down. Upper curl, heels connect, down with your head, and then lift to come up. Look here. We practice it with the band first before we move into like no toys, no support from the band. Now here, let's just pull the chest and the knees a little closer together, and then really suck the waist back. Push the legs away and try to hold the torso right where it is without dropping the torso back, and then pull the legs in again. Hold your upper body completely still. Elbows wide and forward is a little helpful to broaden the back and sink your ribs back. It helps you keep the curve in your waist and your low back. We'll do one more of these. And pull back. And then lower your heels. Tighten up on the band. Drag your head down between your knees. Stretch out your low spine. Come upright. We're going to try the opposite. So feet in the air. Squeeze the legs together. Elbows wide and forward, and start to roll your low back down. See if you can hold the legs where they are. See if I can do it. You practice this first with your feet against the wall also. Hold the feet where they are, pull with the arms, pull your body up towards your knees. And then we keep the legs where they are, knees and feet. Curve the pelvis around the back of the legs. Come down, turning your spine down, maybe to an upper curl. And then pull. Exhale, lift to come up, and one more time, rounding the spine back. Definitely, you have to figure out how to navigate around that inverse curve of your waist. And then we're up. All right, bend to the side. Just stretch your legs forward. Slide your hands down towards your toes. Dive your head between your arms and pull the waist back. Increase that spinal flexion here. The stretch into the back of your legs, and then stack your spine all the way upright. And we are good for today. Excellent job. Thank you.